Topic: Some people believe that reading stories from a book is better than watching TV or playing computer games for children. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Agree. Reading is better. I completely agree that reading stories from books is better for children than watching TV or playing computer games. Reading helps children develop their imagination, language, and focus, which are very important for their growth. First, when children read, they have to imagine the characters and scenes in their minds. This helps them become more creative and improves their thinking skills. In contrast, when they watch TV or play games, all the images are already given to them, so they don't need to imagine anything. Second, reading also builds vocabulary and concentration. When kids read regularly, they learn new words and understand grammar naturally. It also helps them stay calm and focused for a longer time. For example, I used to read fairy tales when I was little, and I learned a lot of moral lessons about kindness and courage from those stories. So overall, I believe reading is definitely better for children's development than spending too much time on screens. Disagree. TV and games are also beneficial. I don't really agree that reading stories is always better than watching TV or playing computer games for children. In my opinion, TV and games can be very helpful if children use them in the right way. First of all, watching educational programs or cartoons can help kids learn new things easily. For example, shows like Peppa Pig or National Geographic Kids teach children about daily life, nature, and even English vocabulary in a fun and simple way. Second, playing computer games can actually improve problem-solving and teamwork skills. Some games require players to think quickly, make decisions, and cooperate with others, which helps develop logical thinking and social interaction. Of course, if children spend too much time on screens, it can be unhealthy, but as long as parents set limits and guide them properly, TV and games can be both entertaining and educational. So overall, I don't think reading is the only good activity. TV and games can also play a positive role in children's learning and development. Partly agree, each activity has its own advantages. I partly agree that reading stories from books is better than watching TV or playing computer games for children. Reading is definitely good, but I think TV and games can also bring some benefits if used properly. First, reading helps children develop their imagination and language skills. When kids read, they imagine the characters, the places, and the situations, which helps them think creatively and improve their vocabulary. However, TV and games are not always bad. Watching educational programs can make learning more visual and interesting. For example, children can learn about science, animals, or history through fun shows or documentaries. Besides, some computer games can teach teamwork and problem-solving skills, especially when children play with others online. They learn how to make decisions, cooperate, and stay focused. So overall, I believe reading should be encouraged more, but TV and games can also be valuable tools for learning if children use them in moderation.